Yo, what up guys, and welcome back towards this new video here on the channel. On today's video, I will be going over Bitcoin and we'll be talking about this daily breakdown. As well, we'll be going over the stock market and the DXY that are currently absolutely plummeting Bitcoin down here. And this and much more will be getting discussed on today's video. Smash up the like buttons will be highly appreciated, since of course smashing up the like button is twice as important once the market is moving down. Since the interest in crypto is massively decreasing, it will be absolutely mean the world for me if you could still show your appreciation and of course show you're still interested in crypto by smashing up that like button. But with that being said guys, let me right away jump in towards the technical analysis and let's talk about this daily breakdown for Bitcoin. So what we can currently see is that we formed that very important upward sloping support line, and do notice on every single time we touch the support line, Bitcoin tends to be bouncing up very strongly, just like it did here approximately 5 days ago at the 18th of April. In that day we moved off, of course, very significantly after retesting that significant upward sloping support line. Only very unfortunate, we came down again. We retested this range again, and right now it looks to be that we're falling below it and that we're potentially breaking down. This is of course all happening due to the stock market really coming down even furthermore, and of course the dollar index really spiking in its price action currently. What we also can see right here, because probably a lot of people will be starting to be panicking since we are right now seeing that breakdown here on the market, but what we can also see in the current trend that we've been trading in, it is basically approximately 85 day or 92 days already. 92 days uptrend. You can currently see that I set up a volume profile range here, and this volume profile range, this red line over here, is basically the range where the majority of the volume is getting traded at. And currently what you can see is that the 39,000 US dollars is basically the range where the majority of the volume is traded at, and also that 39,000 US dollar range here will be this far also the most important support of this current trend we're currently trading in. So what I'm really expecting is that this range over here, let me quickly set up a rectangle, if it can let me set it up here. This range over here basically will be one of the most important ranges to look at. I personally expect there is a very high probability for a bounce on this region, just like you can see last time around here. Bitcoin really, once it was retesting this region, it also bounced back up here. And do also still notice that on the higher time frames, we are still forming these higher lows. We're really taking the stairs up here, not in a rapid pace, but we are once again forming a higher low across the market. So yeah, it's not the low that I would love to see getting created, but it is indeed another higher low across the market. Then really talking, before going really in towards these lower time frames on Bitcoin, about the DXY, we can currently see, we do know that always once the DXY is trading very high, it is definitely a very big suggestion that there's a very good likelihood that Bitcoin can start another rally. Like you can see, the last two run-ups, the last two bull markets I should say, all got created due to the spiking DXY prices, dollar index prices. But let me quickly go in towards the lower time frame, because first of all, look at the weekly time frame. What kind of a run up the dollar index is creating? It's creating a massive run up here towards the upside and really stealing that strength from Bitcoin, because the more strength the dollar index gains, the more weaker Bitcoin becomes here. And also do notice, we are forming a very interesting downward sloping resistance line. The dollar index is running in towards weekly important resistance, and if we could see a very big rejection from off this weekly time frame, what we basically have seen the last two times around as well, over here and over here, we can start to see a very bullish week for Bitcoin in towards the next week basically. So that is going to be pretty exciting. But also look at the daily time frame on the dollar index. Yes, we've been absolutely go parabolic, but look at the market structure and look at the decreasement in terms of its strength that we're currently forming. We're forming a huge amount of higher highs across the market, but at the same time we can see the RSI really forming these lower highs. So while the market is overbought, we are forming bearish divergence. We are basically losing strength on this chart. And that is for me just a huge signal that this market can start to become very bullish, and that we can start to see an exponential rally getting started for the Bitcoin price action, because always once the dollar index does move in these downtrends, it is going to be more positive for Bitcoin. So I'm actually starting to get very excited. Dollar it doesn't make really sense that the dollar index is actually increasing so much here, because the inflation is running up higher and higher, and it doesn't make sense that the dollar index is gaining more strength here. So yeah, it's definitely a very big likelihood that we are going to get a massive correction for this dollar index. And just also note this weekly downward sloping trend line that we're currently retesting. This is a very crucial level. If we do break above it, I will start to get worried a little bit here for sure. Then also for Bitcoin on the 3-day time frame, we can currently see that the 3-day time frame for Bitcoin is very important. Since we are forming that huge symmetrical triangle, we can clearly see there's a downward sloping resistance line, there's a downward sloping resistance line together with an upward sloping support line, and these ranges are really going to come towards each other and really deciding which direction Bitcoin is going to be breaking towards. Are we either going to see a bullish breakout, or are we either going to see a bearish breakdown here for Bitcoin? There are two very big possibilities that could be playing out, so witnessing and keep your eyes wide open on this 3-day, basically consolidation pattern on Bitcoin. As well, what we can look at for on the 3-day time frame is this downward sloping RSI trend line on Bitcoin, because as soon as we do break it, yes, that is once we are really going to start to become exponential, and that is really the period that we should start to get excited. So as long as we're not breaking above it, I don't really am the most excited person, but as soon as we do break above it, I personally think Bitcoin will trade at all-time highs in no time again, because there's probably going to be a lot of exponential price action following afterwards. What we also do know, the 4-hourly time frame for Bitcoin, is that Bitcoin is currently holding on towards its last highs on this market. What you can see that this lower range really provided a lot of support in the past there, and this basically faked us out here. And if we're going to form that low over here, we're still in theory setting a higher low here, what is basically a bullish bias signal. And in theory, we're also still setting that inverse head and shoulders, right? Because left shoulder, head, potential right shoulder could be still a possibility to play out here. We are forming that higher low in the market, and that is exactly that's exactly what you do want to be seeing here on the Bitcoin price action. You continuously want to be forming higher lows here. Of course, along the way down here, we're shaking out a lot of weekends. I do see a lot of people starting to become afraid again, but this is Bitcoin. You hold tight and you get rewarded. If you panic sell, if you're not a good hodler, you will be getting punished by a very big pump that will be probably still occurring in 2021 here. 2022, I mean. Also, looking at the 1 hour time frame, it's just a very big free fall from that higher side, right? We moved down very quickly from the high to the low. We moved down approximately 7.5% in just a matter of 9 hours. As quickly as we can go up, we can also fall down again. So do remember that we are forming some kind of a continuation, or some kind of a potential bottom scenario where we are forming that higher low across the market. Last time around, we still formed that lower low. So yeah, it could be pretty interesting. We could be also start to be approaching it like a bear flag here. If we're really going to be breaking this upward sloping support, things could start to look very nasty again, and Bitcoin can even come further down over the weekend. But do know that we have a CME gap around that 39.6k here, so probably I am expecting that Bitcoin is going to be some way trade around this level over the course of the weekend, and especially in towards Monday, I expect Bitcoin to trade around this range here. We're currently still seeing a major short side on the market here. More shorts are currently active than long positions. And of course, we can currently see that a lot of these altcoins are getting massively shorted here. And of course, Bitcoin does see a lot of short liquidity. You can see a lot of negative funding rates as well here. So people are eager to pay extra to open a short on Bitcoin. Really for me, showing that these are very good ranges of accumulation. I'm personally continuously buying more and more, like you can see on the chart. I've got more and more levels set up here to accumulate in towards my trades. And if you're very interested in my trades, first of all, join my Telegram group here. Second of all, set up your Bybit account here in the link in the description. You will be getting a $4,800 deposit bonus. But more importantly here, if you are going to be trading here, I'm currently using a pyramiding strategy. Of course, the more further the market is going to fall down here, the more I will be entering in towards my trade to, first of all, average down my entry price. But second of all, also really wider my entry position, because I would like to have a very big position in the market right now here, and that is why I'm dollar calls averaging in furthermore in towards these trading positions. So Pretty interesting what is going to be playing out over here. I would definitely most certainly love to get some more levels accumulated. If the market really is going to fall further on here, I'm going to set up some more levels as well around the 30k here. I would love to, of course, accumulate some around that range. I don't really think it's likely to be happening, but of course, you never know, and you always should be prepared for everything. So yeah, I am definitely looking forward to accumulate more in towards these trading positions and to really get a very nice trade in for this swing trade on Bitcoin to potentially catch this very big move that we could be getting created any moment now. So this was already it for today's update video. If you did enjoy it, smash up the like button, will be highly appreciated. Also, consider subscribing to the channel. We're very close to 80,000 subscribers. We are right now only 500 subscribers away from it. So yeah, subscribing to the channel will be absolutely mean the world to me. But nevertheless, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.